Ready?
Welcome to another episode of Watch Once Over. Today we're going to be looking at two Willards. The blue one is a Yumura. This is the SLA 049 with a $3,100 suggested retail price. And then the black dial one is going to be the SPB 151 for only $1,300. Now these two watches have an $1,800 price difference. And we're going to see what the differences are. um, it'll be up to you. Leave a comment if it's worth it or not. But before we check these out, these are available at ArizonaFineTime.com. They're both in stock. They have the most Seikos in the country, and that's just how it is. Biggest seller of Seikos, brick and mortar, single brick and mortar store, period. But here's a little bit more about ArizonaFineTime.com, and then we can check these out.
Scottsdale locals, you need to check out my favorite luxury watch store, not to mention the largest Seiko dealer in America, Arizona Fine Time. They stock over 2,500 Swiss, German, and Japanese watches that are handpicked by their experts every year in Geneva, Switzerland, guaranteeing extensive knowledge on every piece in the store. Plus, these guys do not work on commission. They're relaxed and low pressure. And if you're not local, you can head to azfinetime.com to make an offer on a piece you love with a guarantee that the staff will get back to you within 24 hours.
Okay, guys, we're back. We're looking at the Yumura, the SLA, and then the SPB 151, and this is the SLA 049 Yumura. These watches look very similar. They have that turtle style case. These are nicknamed Captain Willards, and they have an $1,800 difference. Now, there are significant differences, even though they do look the same. Now, if I'm going to hold them right next to each other, you can see the Yumura is slightly bigger. That's the one right here on the right. This is a 44 millimeter watch, and then the SPB 151 is a 43 millimeter watch. Now they're both great watches, great movements, in-house movements, but there's a little bit of difference. Now let's start from the top. The first thing is going to be the crystals. The lower tier one is going to have a beveled crystal that is sapphire with anti-reflective coating, but the Yumura is going to have Seiko's ultra clear crystal, and it's not beveled. See that? Really, really nice. Next is going to be the bezels. The Yumura is going to have an upgraded bezel system. It does have that high polish, while the SPB 151 is just going to be a little bit more downgraded. They're both fully graduated, but the Yumura is going to be a higher end watch. Now look at the bezels. The Yumura bezel is thicker, and the coin edge is a little different. Now getting to the crowns are a little different. The knurling on the SPB is all the way around. The Yumura has breaks in the knurling. They are both unsigned, and they both have these beautiful cushion style cases. Now on the Yumura, which is slightly bigger at 44 millimeters, it does have Zeratu polishing and this stepped case, whereas the SPB does not. It's still nicely polished and it has great brushing, but the finish is not as good as a Yumura. Now, looking at the cases themselves, the cases are slightly different. Look at the crown guards. The crown guard on the 43 millimeter SPB 151 is going to be a little bit more pronounced. The Yumura is a little bit more buttoned up, smaller, and refined. They both have holes cases. And now the bracelets are going to be a lot different too. On the Yumura, you have this 5-link style bracelet with polished center links in the middle and brushed. On the SPB, you have all brushed. The clasps On the Umura, it's going to be a little bit more refined again. And then the swing arm is going to be about the same. These watches are both extremely capable and are both 200 meters of water resistance. Now the engines powering them are very different. The Umura has a upgraded older Grand Seiko type movement, which is the 8L35, and then the 6R35 is going to be powering the Umura 70 hours of power reserve versus 50, but this is also 28,800 vibrations per hour. Notice the sweeping hand in the Umura is 21,600. The lume is going to be a lot different. On the Umura, the indices are a little thinner and they have deep filled lume bright, while the SPB 151, I believe this is a stamped dial, while these are applied indices. The date wheel is slightly different, 3 o'clock for the SPB, 4:30 for the Umura. They both get the job done, but this watch is just a lot more refined. Now, as far as the lume goes, the Lume Bright, the Umura, is going to be a lot longer lasting and a lot more powerful formula of lume. The Umura on the right, it does have a slightly different tint, a little bit darker. Like I said, it does have those deep filled moon plots, while the SPB 151 is going to be a more of a printed lume. And as time passes, the Umura is going to definitely outlast the SPB 151 Willard. But that's okay, because like I said, there is a $1,800 difference. And the difference is when you get up close on them and you can see the beautiful textured dial of the Umura versus the plain but still legible dial at the SPB 151. So it's all up to you. Some people may like a smaller watch. Some people may like a larger watch. I like the Umura a little better. I like the engine powering this better. But some people may go for the power reserve of the standard Willard. They're both great watches. They're both available at ArizonaFineTime.com, and they're both in stock. And they both wear and look great. That's what they look like on my wrist, which is 7.25 inches. That's the Umura. And this is the SPB 151. You cannot go wrong with either watch. And ArizonaFineTime.com stock just about every model of Willards known to man. Let me know what you guys think about these ones. Please leave a comment, subscribe. Let me know what you like the best, and let me know if it's worth $1,800 to go to a Umura from a standard Willard. My name is Biggie. That's the Watch One's over for today. Please subscribe. God bless. And as usual, I'll catch you on the next video.